So what is going on, people? Welcome to episode 6 of the career mode here on EFC 24 with Sheffield Wednesday. I hope you are doing well. And well, today we have quite the episode. 4 games, and of course we will sim one of them, but one of those games in the Carabao Cup, as you can see, is against Chelsea. It is at home, but yeah, I have a feeling it could be a little bit tricky. But this is what is in store today. So we start with a game against Swansea and then against Huddersfield, which we will play both games. We will then sim the home game against Preston, and then we will play the Chelsea game in the Carabao Cup. So if you are looking forward to this episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel. The support has been superb at the start of this series, so thank you very much for that. And well, if we have a look at the championship table, then we currently sit in 4, 6 points off of Leicester, who have a unbeaten start to the season and a game in hand. We also have a game in hand, actually, over some teams around us. So we could, if we pick up a handsome win over Swansea, could find ourselves in second. But Watford there at the moment, 3 points ahead of us. Stoke 2 points ahead as well. And a little bit of a gap to Norwich outside of the playoffs. So without any further ado, let's continue hopefully our good form. We are going to continue with the Espria experiment, so that is what our team is looking like at this particular moment in time. And you will notice, actually, I completely forgot this, there's a new name between the sticks. Richard Ofori, who is a Ghanaian goalkeeper, 29, was a free agent. And well, after all the scouting that was done for the keepers, if I just show you, there was some options on the list. Ben Wilson was there, Jose Antonio Rodriguez, who was actually a higher rating than Ofori, but is a little bit older. Michal Barsham was there as well, free agent from Qatar. I was contemplating going for Alejandro Iturbe, only 20 from Atleti, but I just felt Ofori would just give us a bit more straight away over Iturbe, and of course not having to spend any money was a factor. Jack Anik from Cardiff was there. When we played him, I kept calling him Ben Anik, but it's actually Jack Anik. Hladky was there from Ipswich as well, but a little bit older and lower rating. So, but 6'4", certainly could have been good for us. There was a call in the comments to look at as well Carl Jakob Hein from Arsenal, but only 64 rated. Probably not good enough, to be honest. So thank you for the suggestion. If Hein does grow in this series, then certainly someone we can look at, but this time being probably not good enough, really. But also with Ofori coming in, if I show you quickly in the squad hub, with Ofori coming in, that means that I have terminated the loan of James Beadle. So he has gone back to Brighton, and we're going to go with Ofori as our starting keeper and Dawson on the bench. Dawson, a little unfortunate to find himself relegated to the bench, but I just feel Ofori gives us that little bit more. We'll see how he gets on to start with. But yeah, that meant we didn't need Beadle, so we have terminated his loan. Right, all the admin out of the way. Let's go and play. Swansea, shall we? And while Swansea gonna be going with a 4-2-3-1 wide wing play, and this is how they are potentially going to line up. So Rushworth in goal, back four of Darling, Wood, Norton, and Timon. You'd think Norton and Darling would probably swap. Grimes and Charlie Patino holding. Pacheta out wide with Lowe on the other side. Of course, we had Jamal Lowe at Peterborough last year, and Patterson in behind Ginley. Some options on the bench there. Jay Fulton, Ronald, of course, who's doing pretty well in real life. Bashir Humphreys, a youngster from Chelsea. Fisher was a keeper we looked at potentially to bring in. But yeah, they're not in the best run of form at the moment, Swansea, so they find themselves lower in the table. But yeah, we are going to have to play in the blue, actually. But yeah, we're at our strongest, so let's go and play. And well, Timon advanced down this left-hand side here, forward from fullback. Going to have to come across is Bernard, but Timon shows good strength to hold up the ball and is going to force all the way back to Charlie Patino, who is filling in for him. Gets the ball back from Patino. That's a lovely pass inside, and it is that man Patino who's come forward, skips past Bannon. Can he get past Delgado? He does. And while Charlie Patino has done exceptionally well there, finds his man in the middle, and Ginley has put the home side 1-0 up. And defensively in the last episode, we were pretty good, it must be said, although Norwich did cause us some problems. But early doors, what is going on with that camera? Nice touch and turn. Not really a lot of Forey can do from that close in. But the Swansea fans, are singing loudly before they'd even got near the goal, and now it's just got even louder around the Swansea.com stadium, and they're coming forward again here. It is Darling who is playing right back for them, and well, he's found Pochetta, cuts the ball inside. We need to get a man across here, and Ginley has found his man, and it's 2-0 to Swansea. And it's Jamie Patterson who's grabbed the goal for them. And we are absolutely all over the shop defensively. Again, a Forey, probably not a lot he can do. He's not having the best of starts on his Sheffield Wednesday debut. But it's not looking as well. Patterson sells Pochetta there. Wilkes needs to make a run and isn't. And well, I realise Patterson, is he playing against his parent club or is it Birmingham? I can't remember. And well, they come forward again here, Swansea. Jamal Lowe through the middle. The deflection is actually taken it out to Ginley, who's got timing on the overlap. Jamal Lowe into the area. And Forey does make his first save in a Sheffield Wednesday shirt, but he is certainly not happy with his defenders. And I'm not surprised, to be perfectly honest. But now Windass can bring this one away. He's got Paveda in support. And he finds Ian Paveda. Can he use his pace to get away? Wood on the recovery, but Paveda. Oh dear, not the finish we were looking for from Ian Paveda. And again, I said it maybe a couple of episodes ago now, but he's really not offered a lot in this Sheffield Wednesday team so far this season. And they found their way through again. George Ginley, and he has smashed that in at the near post, and it's 3-0 to Swansea. Absolutely falling apart there. I'm sorry I skipped the replay, but I'm just getting annoyed now. I just don't understand why we are playing so poorly. But Swansea have been absolutely rampant in that first half. Pedersen, it's just turned really well. And now it's, a good strike from, I don't know who that was, potentially Grimes or Pochetta in the area. As Jay Fulton comes off with Carl Norton, but we are going to make some sort of change. Oh, Hendrick could be in here. Jeff Hendrick doesn't often find himself on the pitch, let alone the score sheet, but that is an accomplished finish. And Jeff Hendrick showing why he's been a mainstay in the Premier League for the, well, not the last couple of years, but certainly before that. But, yeah, it was a pass from Ugbo that was intercepted. Thankfully for us, the ricochet fell to Jeff Hendrick. And, the covering defender didn't come across. And Hendrick has punished that. And, well, we have a consolation. It's probably too late to go on and try and really mount a serious comeback. But, a very good finish into the area now is Harrison Ashby. And again, Forey is called into action. And when he has been more often than not, he's done okay. But, yeah, some of those goals, I really don't think he could have done too much about, to be perfectly honest, as Pedersen managed to get that one away. And we find EK Ugbo, who's done really well, actually, to get away from his man. EK Ugbo, can he get away from Jay Fulton? Wood coming across to try and break up the attack if he can. Finds Mo Diaby, or have a strike, but it's well blocked. And there goes the final whistle. And well, a terrible first half display has meant that we had a lot to do to try and get back into that game. And Swansea were just too good for us. Their mixed run of form, well, they certainly put in the performance that they've needed there, and that was not the best performance from us. Really frustrating that, I got an achievement there. Golden generation, what's this? Hire an expert level coach for each department in your club. There we go. Things you love to see. But yeah, shame we couldn't capitalise with our game in hand. But Yeah, we move on quickly to a big game now against Huddersfield. And this is something new that I've not seen before. Newcastle unhappy with how little Jeff Hendrick is playing, and they may recall him if it doesn't change. I can't say I've noticed that on FIFA before from previous years, but certainly makes sense. But Hendrick, well, after his goal in the last game, certainly will be starting against Huddersfield, that's for sure. So this is how Huddersfield then are going to look to line up. 3 wins from their last 5, and they're going to be playing a 5-3-2 standard. Nichols in goal, a back 3 of Bulker, Helic and Lees, Turton and Nakayama on either wing. Hog holding with Kasumu and Matos ahead of him, with Healy and Ward up top. Sorba Thomas there on the bench as well. But we're going to need to make some changes, and also we have a press conference available. So we'll certainly go in and do that ahead of this game. Can this squad take you up? I certainly want us to keep going. It's going to be a challenge, but you know, that's the aim, of course. We want to get up these leagues and be fighting it out with the big boys of the Premier League. Are your boys ready for the game? We'll play the game, not the occasion, of course, at Yorkshire Derby, so a lot will surround this. And can you keep this great run going? I think there's more to come for certain, especially after last time out. We need an improved performance in this game. And well, this is how we're going to line up. One change, Malik Wilps drops to the bench for Jeff Hendricks, or Espria going back out on that left-hand side. Otherwise, it's as you were. Liam Palmer sort of recovered almost from his injury now, but he has unfortunately dropped a rating to 67 because of his injury. But George Hall has got some growth, so we've upped. He's missed out actually the last few games, but we've moved him up onto the bench at the expense actually of Michael Smith. So the big man option not really going to be there for us now. Oh, I've just pressed play and realised that the kits were the same. I'm going to have to restart. Ball down the line. Ugbo turns inside Turton absolutely superbly. And Ugbo into the area trying to get away from his man. And that is a finish to start this game. Celebrating with the fans. And well, that's what it means. Early doors in this Yorkshire Derby. The first highlight of the game. We had to be patient, but a lovely run from Ugbo to open up the space. A superb finish. Keeper maybe should be doing better there, closing down the angle, trying to make it harder. But that is why he is the championship top scorer, EK Ugbo. And we have got off to a flyer away at Huddersfield. We're getting a little bit fortunate, it must be said. Oh my word, boys, get a grip. We now need to try and get a interception. Ofori is called into action to make the save. And that was nice. Oh my word, what a challenge. I was going to say that was nice on the corner, actually changing to the man nearest the ball. Glad to see that change is still there, but that is a good finish. And it has been coming from Huddersfield, and Danny Ward is the man who's got it for them. And a very good strike, just across the floor. Hit that with venom, not really a lot Ofori could do. Just beaten by the power. And Huddersfield are level, and they finally got something right in the final third. Ward, the goal scorer. Nakayama. Healy. And it's Wiles. And there's a ball in here, and it's Kasumu. And that is a superb finish. And just before the half-time whistle goes, Huddersfield have found themselves ahead. And you can't help but say it's probably deserved with the way this first half has gone. But Ofori just beaten. It's a very good finish, right in the top corner. Very little that Ofori could do. And with pretty much the last touch of the first half, Huddersfield have turned this game around, and our defensive woes certainly are showing in these last couple of games. And now we have it all to do once again. Well, Windass has won the ball back here. Josh Windass! Great save from the keeper, Nichols. But that could have been costly in the defence there. Bannon with the corner, aiming for Ugbo. And he's round the back of the net. Who needs Michael Smith when you've got EK Ugbo? Lovely passage of play again from Huddersfield, and Healy is in. Pedersen there to try and get something on it. And well, Forey makes the save down low at his near post. But Huddersfield trying to turn the screw. The crowd now well and truly roaring for their team to get back in front. Oh, that's a lovely play. Oh. And a very good finish of Forey beaten at his near post. And it's, well, Huddersfield who find themselves ahead again. It's the substitute Bergzorg who's just come on, who squeezes that one in at the near post. But it's a lovely play. A lovely pass. He's sold a number of players, but Forey just trying to close the angle has left a slight gap open at that near post. And yeah, unfortunately, Bergzorg has found that gap. But Asprilla does really well to get away from Nakayama. Asprilla into the area. Cut this back for Josh Windass. And just as we were behind, we are back level. And Yasser Asprilla once again, so instrumental in the play. He's done that on a couple of occasions from kickoff. Just held on to the ball. Again, doesn't really know what's going on with the camera angle. But Windass, with the goal gaping just a few yards out, would have done very well to miss. And we are back level. Oh, hello. Bannon's picked up on the loose ball here. And Barry Bannon is in behind. Barry Bannon! Oh, tried to beat his near post. I was aiming for the far post. But unfortunately, the keeper makes the save. Oh, I'm not too sure who that was in there to try and win that. But Bannon, well, finds his man. It's Ia Hickwit. And it's Malik Wilkes. And Wilkes, again, aiming for the near post. But that should have been a corner. And there goes the final whistle. And well, a 3-3 draw. A really, really good game. We've been pretty fortunate to rescue a point there, but important that we did so. And, well, Leeds and Norwich pick up very nice wins for them. But to go and keep in contention in this playoff race, that was very important. So for this game against Preston then, well, they have lost 3 wins in a row, but have lost their last 2. They're going to line up in a 5-2-2-1 standard. And this is their side. Woodman in goal, back 3 of Story, Hughes and Lindsay. Potts and Best on either flank. Whiteman and Ledson holding, and Keane and Holmes in behind Osmajic. And I'm just looking on the bench. Ched Evans there, Jack Watmore, Patrick Bauer. It's got some options on there for sure. But we are going to revert back to type. And yeah, so Asprilla back in the centre of midfield. It does say -1 on this thing, but hopefully with the continued progression in that role, he'll get used to it. But yeah, it's back to the strongest 11 as you were. So hopefully we can pick up a win in this simmed game, and we lose 3-2. They've had the better of the game. All the goals coming in the second half. Ugbo at the double once again. But Will Keane, the match winner. We actually came back from 1-0 down to a lead 2-1. And then they've come back from 2-1 down to win 3-2. So it's not been the best episode so far, has it really? And you'd have to say, against Chelsea, it's probably not going to get much easier. So for this game then, in the EFL Cup against Chelsea, this is their predicted lineup. They reckon we're going to go with a 4-2-3-1 wide wing play system. And the game reckons that they're going to go with Sanchez in goal. A back for Augusto Disasi, Thiago Silva and Cucurella. Lavia and Caicedo holding. Madueke on the right. Sterling on the left. And then Nkunku in behind Nicola Jackson. Enzo on the bench. Iñaki Williams must be a summer signing. Chilwell. Bauman must be a new signing as well. Gallagher, Fofana, David there as well. Oh, this is going to be tough. Well, for this game against Chelsea, we rotate like always. But yeah, this is not a particularly strong side to be facing Chelsea. Dawson is in goal. Sakira comes in and potentially gets his first game of the season, maybe. Iorfa, Hickory and James make up the rest of the back line. Diaby and Volks in the midfield. Valentin is going to play on the right wing for us. Hall in behind Smith with Masaba out on the left. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to go for a cricket score, but I'd like to think we have more faith. And Nkunku as well, just held off Will Volks there, is doing really well. And that's a lovely ball out to Sterling. And Sakira tries to get across to him, Nicola Jackson. Sakira, someone needs to get a toe in. It's fallen to Casado, back to Jackson. We get some blocks in. But again, the danger not clear. Oh, Sakira can't get the ball away from Sterling. But Iorfa just says, get off, that is mine. Oh, and a little bit of a tasty tackle there. Diaby plays the ball in behind Cucurella. And Valentina's got space to run into here. And Valentina, trying to... Well, we now have that focal point that we were talking about from balls into the area. Although, that was Masaba that got on the end of that. But it was straight at Robert Sanchez. And in the end, a comfortable save. We'll try and swing this one in again if we can. And it's there towards the head of Michael Smith. Will Volks will try and nod this down. But it's well defended in the end. And Chelsea potentially could lead a charge. Lovely turn from Sterling. And he finds Nkunku back to Raheem Jackson into the area. He's got two men trying to get the ball off of him. And Nkunku now with the one with the strike. And that is absolutely superb from Christopher Nkunku. Has been Chelsea's best player in this first half, bar none. And that's a finish. Even Cameron Dawson can't keep that one out. But he's just picked his spot superbly. Thought we'd done enough to get close to him to get a block in, but into the top corner. That has flown past Cameron Dawson. Very little you can do about that, and it's hard to be aggrieved at such quality. And Chelsea will find themselves 1-0 up. Oh, a little bit naughty there from Cucurella. And there's Will Volks there. Tries to turn that round the corner for Michael Smith. But yeah, Cucurella should get booked. As Iorfa does really well. Otherwise, Nkunku was in behind. Masaba finds Will Volks. And we just try and set Masaba away. But Gusto using his experience, despite a young age, playing at a top level for both Lyon and now Chelsea, just using his nous to keep Masaba at bay there. And Medemeki shrugs off Volks. Though James has done very well there. And he's actually away here, Reece James. Is he onside? Now Iorfa has played a short pass there. And then Nkunku could be in again here. And he's played the ball into Nicola Jackson. And while Iorfa, his mistake has led to another Chelsea goal. It is 2-0. I thought Jackson might have been offside there. And it is tight. Still from that replay does look like he is potentially offside. But 2-0 to Chelsea. And yeah, it's going the way we thought it would. We're not being embarrassed. But Iorfa, really cheap ball to give away in that space. And we've been duly punished for it. Madueke feeds Gusto down this right hand side. You get a ball in by Gusto. Goes short to Nkunku. Hikwi does, well, it's actually Diaby. I thought it was Hikwi. And he just sold him. Christopher Nkunku is just too good. It's Madueke who's got, no, it's Lavia actually. I do apologise. She's grabbed the goal for Chelsea. Two men pretty much on the 6-yard box unmarked there though. From our point of view, that is very disappointing. But yeah, it's the Christopher Nkunku show. Gusto in behind once again. Masaba trying to get back at him, but that's naughty from Masaba. That's just, well, I did think the ball was there to be won, but oh my word. And Raheem follows in. Shakira can't get near the rebound. 4-0 to Chelsea now. It is the embarrassment that we thought it might be. There goes the full-time whistle. Chelsea 4-0 victors here. And yeah, I want this episode to end now. Wrexham beaten on their run, but Luton, Newcastle and Wolves progress. And we made it to the fourth round. We would have been in the quarterfinals had we progressed, but comprehensively beaten. Wow, Manchester derby in the fourth round. Not a good episode for us at all, and it doesn't start any easier in the next game either. So recap then, and a pretty miserable month of October, it has to be said. A 3-1 defeat to start today to Swansea. That 3-3 in the game against Huddersfield. Then that sim game with a 3-2 defeat to Preston. And a 4-0 defeat to Chelsea means that the Championship table looks like this. We now sit 6th as Norwich have made their way into the playoffs. And 14 points behind Leicester, who still after 15 games are yet to be beaten. But look at that goals conceded, goals against column for us. And now well clear of, well, only Huddersfield, the other team in the top half, that have conceded anywhere near the amount of goals that we have. We're now level top scorers as well with Leicester. But, 14 points adrift of Leicester already after 15 games. 6 points adrift of Watford. And Middlesbrough there right behind us. So it's certainly tightening up, even down to Blackburn. Only 4 points. So, yeah, we're going to need to find some form and fast. And, hopefully that will come in the next episode. Let's have a look at what is to come in the next episode. Well, we'll play the whole month of November, why won't we? We have Southampton at home, then Bristol City away, followed by Ipswich away, and then Watford at home. So we might sim the Southampton game actually, because Watford is a big one, although Southampton there with us. We might sim one of the away games then. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we will cover the whole month of October then in the next episode, and I hope you will join me for it. Please, if you would, guys. If you have enjoyed this one, you're an absolute monster. But if you enjoy seeing me suffer, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one.